Hello everybody, and welcome back to my Minecraft Survival series. My name is Naragath, and today we're going to do something a little different from most episodes that I've done. It's the 25th episode, and I'm also releasing this on Christmas Day. So we're going to kind of do a world tour plus a little Christmas special, all rolled into one. So first I'm going to go ahead and roll a time lapse of the little Christmas build that I did. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, now that you've seen that, I hope you enjoyed it. And we're going to go ahead and get started with the world tour. So, as you'll notice, I am on my select world screen. This means that you'll be able to download the world and explore it for yourself as well. So there'll be some things that I will intentionally skip for you to find out when you download and explore the world yourself. So don't be too mad at me if I intentionally skip some stuff. It won't be anything major. It'll be just little things for you as kind of a little Easter egg kind of thank you kind of thing that you'll find. But anyway, when you put my world into the saves folder, this is what you will see. And then if we load it up, start off exactly where I started, and 6 months ago? Yeah, with basically pretty much the same view. The only thing that's really changed is now I have a little bit of hidden lighting here, and I am on the roof. It'll probably be down here. But, yeah, I've gone through and I've removed some of the torch spam. Not all of it, but some of it. And just kind of moving towards that hidden lighting thing. But anyway, if we turn around, we get our first build that we did on the series. A nice little starter modern home, which I think turned out really well. It was one of my first builds with concrete, actually. So, pretty excited when concrete came out. I like to be able to build with a variety of colors and flat colors. It kind of gives you a little more freedom when it comes to that. I've also been experimenting with texturizing it, but that's something different. But anyway, if we head inside, we got a nice little box here. That's a little good box for you guys. A stack of diamonds, some food. I can get him a hot bar. Some rockets and some torches should you need it. Little note from me. This is one of those things I'm going to leave for you to read when you download the world. And then also my head, just in case you want it for some reason. But if we turn around here, close the door, we got all my current armor and tools. So you can go ahead and get suited up right out of the gate if you want. Go ahead ahead and bring just a couple things with me. Gotta bring my pickaxe too, why not? But yeah, you want that? It's there. But other than that, I've taken down the item frames that were on this. These chests have become kind of jumbled if they have anything in them, you know, or they're just not sorted the way that they were before. So yeah, it's just some regular storage there. And we got some more over here. Nothing major. Most of it's been moved over to the new base. Anyway, if we head back out, we get a little bridge to our first bulk storage and our mine, which these still have some stuff in it. Yeah. And it's worth putting the stuff here for every once in a while, just in case I need it. Yeah, we got our nether portal that's still off center. Got our chaining setup that's a level 30 setup. The interesting view. And I came back and put an ender chest in here, as well as a crafting bench. So if you need it, it's there. And then we got our mine all the way down there with a water drop. Nothing too exciting, it's just a branch mine. Anyway, head back up. Come over here, we got our first farm area, which worked pretty well for what it is. It's a manual farm, so I'd hop on our horse here. Got some cows here still, and then we're gonna head down the path here that we just recently built. And in between episodes, I have been lighting up a little bit more, and you'll see occasionally some hidden lighting, you know, here and there in the side of the mountains and whatnot. Yeah, this makes the path a little safer. Definitely wouldn't call it 100% safe, but it definitely is safer. And here we got a little miner's tunnel that I showed off last episode. I haven't done anything else with it, and it's still the same, so. Moving on. Go ahead, head down the path here. Coming into view, you see the Christmas tree that I built, as long as tower. And I think the Christmas tree came out very well. Might have went a little big, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, here we get our pumpkin and melon farm. I think this turned out pretty good. It's definitely been working overtime. Good. Hop in here. Let me just get carpet here so the mobs won't come through. And it's been working a treat here. Get storage for it, which will take a while to fill up. Melons were getting close to filling up the first bit. But pumpkins, I've been using a crap ton of them. As you saw in the time lapse, I went through 4 or 5 stacks of pumpkins with the snow golems. Which those in themselves were a good idea and a bad idea. It's a good idea to make it so I didn't have to worry about putting as much snow down when I got done with the tree. But it was a bad idea because I filled probably close to 10 or 20 creeper holes because the snow golems would attack the creepers, and then, well, you know what happens when that happens. So yeah, I spent a lot of time filling creeper holes after I got done making the tree. Anyway, heading down this path, we got our little fountain outside of the front of the main base, which still, there's a lot of work to be done with this thing, but yeah, trying to split my time between, you know, getting other projects done and, you know, getting episodes out on time. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before I finish the base, which is not a bad thing. But we'll come back here in a sec. Just wanted to make it daytime, so we're having less issues with mobs. Anyway, we'll head to the tower next. And this is like the second build that I did. And it's kind of one of the first ones that I did coming over from, you know, the house. Come over here and put in a tower, just because I wanted to. And we got the gold blocks in after I made the gold farm, just because it worked that well. And we got first floor here, which is still empty. I haven't put anything in yet. Then we got this floor here that used to have the nether portal before the tower and a sugarcane farm that have been since moved and replaced. Still have the nether wart here. And we'll go ahead and move on up. Then we got our brewing station here. This works out pretty good. So we have our infinite water supply, so you can refill your water bottles. Put them in here. Then you get droppers that go into the hopper line there. That puts it right into the brewing stand there. Let's go ahead and make a speed potion. Okay, now that's done. Go ahead and move on. We'll come up here. We get our first storage room for the tower, which worked out pretty decently. The only main issue that I had was with my item elevator. I put it one block off the center, so that kind of messed with the design, but it works out. And with this item elevator, it's not a bad one. Not only do you can send items up, but you can also send items down just by going into the corner and chucking things down. Yeah, which I definitely liked how this turned out. As a whole, this system, I think, turned out really well. But, yeah, you get some various items here. Yeah. A lot of things that I've moved over to the other base, but, yeah, you'll find some miscellaneous bobs and bits there. And if we go back here, this is just a simple maintenance fort. So should you need to get into like the miscellaneous, storage or whatnot, grab something out that you threw in, or whatever. Or, if you need to come back here and get to the sorters, you can. Move on from there. And if we come on up, this is where the nether portal is now, as well as where an AFK fishing system was before. Worked pretty good. Just send it straight into the storage down below. And I think it turned out pretty good. It has a nice little view. Originally this was going to be a penthouse, but I've kind of since changed my mind. Yeah, it's a thing that happens, as you have projects, have plans, and you decide to change them. Anyway, moving on from there. Head over to the town. But this road here was a interesting little idea that I had, where not only did you have your little road, but you also have lights that turn on when it starts getting dark. It works pretty nice. Makes it kind of a pain to extend it, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, now we're coming up on the town, and this is something that if you guys have been following the channel for a while, you know that I had talked about dedicating houses to some of my subs. And after that, there didn't seem to be a whole lot of interest in it, so that's why I haven't really done much with it. But for this episode, I wanted to dedicate a couple to a couple of the subs. So, first one being is Drancor here. Without him, I probably wouldn't be playing Minecraft. He's the one who got me into it, so yeah, I wanted to dedicate the first one to him. And I also have his head up there. And then the second one is GZ Alex, who actually suggested that I do something like this in a comment. So, sorry it took so long, but there you are. So, thank you guys for following, and thank you to all of you who are subscribed to me and are continuing to follow me. Yeah, it means a lot to me. But anyway, we got a little town here, and this one's been an interesting challenge. Initially, when I put it in, I thought I did everything that I needed to do. Lit it up, walled it off, made it so mobs couldn't go from the outside in, which that in itself, I did do well. I had an incident where the villagers that I had originally brought over disappeared, or so I thought they disappeared. I recently found out that it was because a couple of these houses, you go in, there's supposed to be 4 torches here. One there, one there, one there, and one there. There's a couple of them that were missing that one and that one. Which means that there were zombies that were spawning inside the houses. which in turn caused the villagers to turn to zombie villagers, and proceed to go the way of the dodo. So, yeah, it took a while to figure that out. That was the reason. But it also caused me to put in some extra hidden lighting throughout all the yards and whatnot. And each of these, they have their own little things, like a deck for that one, a big tree for that one, farm for the other one. And I opened that up there because I was having some issues with the villagers not pathing correctly, that they would kind of get stuck on the fence for some reason. It was pretty bizarre. So that's why that's opened up, so they can just do what they're supposed to do. But anyway, moving on. We'll go ahead into the back here. See that I still have a beacon up, but I've started really working on this river a bit. But there's still quite a bit more work to do. Right now, this is too straight to to be considered natural. So I still got some terraforming to do here. Got my beacon there to make it easier for me when I was mining it out. But anyway, I went ahead, put in some trees here just to kind of start, naturifying it, I guess. I think it's turning out pretty good. So, like I said, I still got a lot of work to do on it, but it's coming along. And in addition to that, with that river, I also decided that I'm going to go ahead and fork it. And instead of keeping it, like I was talking about, with filling in that extra bit that came over there, I'm gonna go ahead and fork it and have it go off that direction somewhere. We'll go ahead and come over to here to this giant thing that I'm pretty happy with, pretty pleased with. This is my sugarcane farm, and it farms a crap load of sugarcane. I think I've ran it twice, and that's all I needed. And I go through rockets like crazy, so I also go through sugarcane like crazy. But get a couple things here. We got this button here to launch the slime block machines, which is how it harvests. And then we got the lever here, which will switch between sending it to the base over there or send it to a shulker loading system over here. Which I need to get more shulker boxes to put in there, but I have a full one in there. This turned out really well. I'm really pleased with how this whole system turned out. What you can do, good. Turn it off, and until the next version of Minecraft, every once in a while you'll get some ghost blocks. It's not much you can do about it. There's no big deal. It doesn't affect the farming anyway. But apparently, in the next version of Minecraft, ghost blocks are fixed, and I'm hoping that's the way it stays. Because, there's some right there. But we also have minecarts suspended underneath that pick up all the drops that drop in between and delivers it all the way down here. And you see the lights came on. And if we come over here, so we have all of them coming off. You got a few unloading stations for where the minecarts stop and unload, and it just sends it into the ice streams here. And with the lever flip, it'll pop up a block of ice there, bring that down, and it'll send it over to here to be loaded into shulker boxes. So, yeah, like I said, I'm pretty happy with how that came out. Eat. And this right here is just access to a mine and also the subway system, or not the subway, the sewer system basically, which controls all the lights, and all those are controlled by this daylight sensor right here. So, works out pretty good. Like I said, with it looks cool, but it's a pain to extend this. It definitely takes twice as long as it normally would to put in a road. But anyway, good. Move on here. Over here we get our chicken farm here, and this has been through a couple of revisions. The first one I had worked pretty cool. For early on with limited resources, I had a nice little system that would dump a lava blade on some chickens that have hatched, and it worked pretty good. However, I had an issue with item duplication in the hopper clock that I was using, so it's one of the reasons that it led to me rebuilding it. The other reason was that decorating a roof for it was annoying, because it was a very tall house that it would look weird either way that I did it. But anyway, I redesigned it to this little thing here. Now we get 2 cells for chickens here, and they send down to here, in which right now we're on drowning mode, but we can switch just as easily to lava mode by just hitting the button there and letting it go. Just like that. And another nice little feature of this farm is that you can also collect the eggs should you want to, by just hitting the button there. And then they'll grow up and they'll just start laying their eggs. And eventually, due to anti-cramming, 1 or 2 of them will die, but it's not a big deal. You'll get quite a few eggs in a short span of time with that. But anyway, moving on. And over here we get our furnace array, which has had a couple modifications since I've shown it to you guys last time. I have to put a screws blank there. But anyway, this used to have minecart chests here that you add there, and we don't need that button there. Anyway, now we have a hopper line that sends the items directly to the furnace array. I haven't set up a system to send the items that get smelted to this item elevator. That's something I should take time to do. But anyway, put the items in there and it'll smelt them and send them to the base. And we got a little maintenance access here. One thing that will happen from time to time is that if you send too much fuel from the base to here, it will try to cook the fuel, and if you've ever tried cooking coal or charcoal, it doesn't exactly work, so you can come down here and clean these out manually, but if you pay attention and don't send too much at one time for fuel, you won't have that issue. But that's something I'm planning on rectifying soon, because right now I just have these 2 item filters right here that will pull out the fuel as you send it in, and then the rest will go into here for smelting. But the problem is if you send more than a stack, it'll pick up part of that first stack, and then the rest will go into being smelted, which obviously doesn't work. So that's that. We got feeding that this item elevator here that goes to a water stream that heads to the base, and this design is by Il Mango. So it works very well. Except when I do decide to derp and send too much fuel at a time. Alright. Moving on here. So we get greeted by a bunch of creepers. And we get a little fountain here that we made not too long ago, and then we go to the main base, in which we have the map here, which I haven't updated yet. So you can kind of see what it was like before the Christmas tree went up. Can get that idea there. We have the map here for the woodland mansion that we explored a while ago, which, if you remember, I had those totems of dying in here. Yeah, shortly after I had a creeper blow up on me, and it destroyed all those, unfortunately. But anyway, got a snow golem here that's been helping me with the Christmas specials. And then we got 1 parrot. Where the other 2 that I had went, I have no idea. They didn't die, but they are just not here. Anyway, we got another enchanting setup here that's a temporary one, but it's been staying here for a little while. It works. And we got our our storage here, which this came out really well. I'm really happy with how this turned out. We got input lines and we got an output line here. This goes directly to the furnace array. So if you want to smelt something up, just come and grab some stuff here. You come over here, throw it in, and there you go. Then it'll send back whatever gets smelted back into the system. Get your input chest right here. Oh, okay. I'm not sure why that's not opening up. Unless it's because of the shulker box, it shouldn't be. Okay. Not sure why it's being like that. That's a stair right there. Way to make me look bad on a tour, stupid chest. Yeah, there you go. I don't know why it's doing that. So when you download the world, that might be an issue. Don't know why it's... Why I did that? Okay. Well, I've had this steer here like this for a long time, so I don't know why it's all of a sudden not working. So I put it like that. Does it work like that? It works like that. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry about that. Yeah. But anyway, we've got a wide variety of items here. We've got our wood, our valuables, redstone, uncooked food, cooked foods. Then we get seeds and regular other items, food. Got a cocoa beans. We got mob drops. We got slime for days. So if you need slime, there you go. We also got a lot of gunpowder, so if you want to make more rockets, you got plenty to work with on that. We got our nether items, and then we got the end items with glowstone up there. And coming over here, we got some miscellaneous stuff here. We got our sand and our glass and our gravel. And we got these here reserved for whatever you want to put in. I haven't quite decided what I'm putting in there, but I'll get there. Yeah. And then we got various dyed items. And we got concrete and various shades of gray. And then the different colors. This is for the gray concrete powder. I just haven't put anything in that item frame to indicate it. Moving on, we got glazed terracotta, some other stuff. And then we got our bulk storage here, which, notice I have slime here and slime there. It's one of the things that I figured I'm going to use a lot of, so I might as well have bulk storage for it. And one other thing that you'll notice is that there hasn't been any slime coming through here. I've shut off the item collection for the slime. So I'll show here in a little bit. But anyway, we got over that, and then over here we got just miscellaneous stuff that's not sorted anywhere else, or that has overloaded what was stored there. Like these eggs. I have a feeling there's a lot of eggs in the system. But this is where they're supposed to go. But when I first put up the system, I let it go for a while collecting eggs, and there's, like I said, there's probably a lot in the system. But anyway, you come back here. You can look at all the redstone here. We got, if you need to do any maintenance on it, back here. We got a little mini item elevator there to send items from the water lines. They'll come through here and end up there. What do we get? Oh, got some sugarcane. Probably got a lot of sugarcane coming in. Anyway, go ahead, get over here real quick. I just want to see how many eggs are actually in the miscellaneous system. Yeah, there's a few. Yeah, we'll be running out of eggs anytime soon. But yeah, that's the item system, and the design that I used for this item for the storage room is one by Tango Tech. Definitely big fan of his work. But moving on, then here we get our slime farm. When I put the storage room in, I didn't realize that I put it over a few slime chunks. I think there's actually 3, but I'm only using 2. But went with a pretty simple design. And got a nice little design in the roof there. You kind of make it look like a slime. Still have to do the walls, but what I'm thinking on doing is I'm thinking on putting a slime elevator in here, so I got to redo a lot of it. Anyway, I based this design similar to Ilmango's design that he has, where he has the iron golems, caged down the middle. But instead of caging it like he did, I just put them on little platforms there. And the slimes will get attracted to them and then fall down to their demise there. And then to reduce the amount of track that I needed for item collection, I also put in a water flushing system that would flush the items to this block here. So we only had to have the minecart go down once, and it collected all the slime. But like I said, I shut it off for now. If you want to turn it back on, all you have to do is come over here, flip the lever, and then it'll start collecting the slime again. Should be happening momentarily. Anyway, while that's waiting to be triggered, got all the slime that comes over here to an item elevator that goes up above the main room for the farm. And there it goes. And come over there, and then just head back and unload. Yeah, it looks like we just had a slime die. So, but yeah, like I said, if you wanna get that running, all you do is just go over, flick that lever. So, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I think it turned out really well. There we go. And the magma blocks, they take a little while, but they kill all the slimes, and since they don't burn the blocks or burn the drops, we're good. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the overworld. I'll go ahead and move on to another. Oh, there's one more thing I need to show. I almost forgot. You see the slime coming through here. All that slime, it goes up on that elevator and comes from up there. And just starts right in down there and goes into the system. Anyway, moving on to here. Oh, there's actually 2 things that I want to show. Over here we got our armory, which has us, the extra tools, extra weapons, extra elytras, and some extra sets. And then right now I have extra enchanting books right up here. It's one of those things that I kind of wish it would say what what enchant was on that, but I suppose I could rename them and do it, but it's a lot of work. But one thing that I really liked about this room is the way I did the lighting. That you can shut off parts of the lighting so that you can get it lit in a very specific manner. And since the floor is made out of glass, you don't have to worry about mobs spawning in this room. So you can turn it completely dark if you want. Or you can keep it nice and bright. But I thought this turned out really well. I was pretty pleased with this. Anyway, one more thing that I wanted to show. And then we'll move to the nether. You head on out and over this direction. We have our mob farm here. Another one of those builds that I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Got the entrance here, and then just got a nice little open area here. You can get a couple switches here where you can turn the farm on and off. which the design that I use is similar to one that Nembomb made for Will's Night, which works pretty well. Anyway, if you turn the farm on and don't turn on auto kill, all the mobs will get flushed down to the bottom, which I'll show you in a sec. And then they'll go up to this mob evader right here and go over here for where you can kill them. Now, with as big as this farm is, there will be some times where some of the mobs will despawn as you're waiting for them to get up there, but it's not everyone, and there'll be quite a few mobs that actually come through here. So this one works pretty well. And if you turn on auto kill, it'll kill a lot of the mobs, but there will be some that will still come through here, like witches. They'll still get up here because the method of auto killing is magma blocks, and witches will drink fire protection the moment they touch them, so they're not going to die to that. Alright, and welcome back, everyone. So, going through the portal now, and we'll come into another hub, which still isn't finished yet, but yeah, all I have left to do is put in the roof there and decorate a tunnel. So we're pretty much done. So, anyway, we got this room here, or this portal right here, which goes to the tower. We got that one there, which goes to the spawn house. And if we go down this tunnel right here, which you could probably guess by the decorations around it, that it goes to a gold farm. If I can hit the ladder. So this is fun. This is my first time breaking bedrock with a system other than Dark Oak, which, as you probably know, Dark Oak no longer works for breaking bedrock, so go ahead, flying up. So then we got the gold farm here. Apparently the pigmen are still mad at me. Okay. It's a little loud, which I'll try to remember to turn down the volume. But one thing that I've noticed is that with the minecarts, they're loud until the pigmen start coming after you. It's weird. Anyway, they died by entity cramming, and I'm gonna turn it down for me as well. I feel like I have to yell in order to talk over this, but it's pretty simple system here. Off the top of my head, I can't remember whose design this actually was. I know it was partially based off of SnoCrash's original design. I'll link it in the description. But yeah, this came out pretty well. Mingo came out with a design or a fix for this shortly after that would solve some of the issues that I did have early on with them de-aggroing, but ever since I've put in some of the fixes that I've done, we haven't had any issues, mainly the pigmen that are around the sides there. We got the iron golems there to help lure regular zombies out, and then also magma slimes. It works pretty decently for that. Every once in a while, like you see, still get some that are in there, but if I put a couple zombie or a couple iron golems over on that side, it would work out pretty good. Anyway, there's that. We go down here. See, we got a ton of hoppers everywhere. That just goes into the storage here, which there's a crap ton of drops here. So this one here is basically a trash disposal. It'll normally have like the swords and any other miscellaneous things overflow. We'll go through this. And I got a little switch here that should you want to keep it for whatever reason, you can. It'll keep it, but I don't see the point. Right, over here we got rotten flesh, so if you ever need it, yeah, we got a little bit. And here we get gold nuggets. And so you could probably guess I've done a little bit of AFK in here. This is where I normally come to repair my tools, or all my mending items. And over here we get the gold bars. So pretty simple. Yeah. Not the prettiest design in the world, but it's functional. It works. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. So now if we get down here, I head back into the hub, and if you just head on down, that just goes back to where my portals originally were. Not exactly the safest spot, but if you want to check that out, you can. Then if we go over to this tunnel over here, this is the tunnel that I have for the end tunnel. Or the end. Don't have a boat on me, unfortunately. But we got a boat track for this that heads all the way down. And part way through, we got this here that goes to a desert village, which is where I originally nabbed the second set of villagers for that town. But it's also where I've been getting some sand. And I think I haven't really done much with it yet, but I will be doing stuff with it soon. We got this tunnel here. This goes to an ocean monument, so yeah, that's coming up. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap it up for the world tour here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. And I hope that you're going to have a happy holidays and a happy new year. If you don't celebrate the holidays, have a good day. But as it is, I'm going to be returning on the 8th with a single-player series here. It's going to have some announcements as well as a schedule for 2018 to kind of give you an idea of, at least initially, when I plan on uploading and what days. Roughly what times. So look forward to that. But yeah, as it is, if you like this episode, make sure to hit that like button. If you're not already, consider subscribing. And you can follow me on Twitter to know the next time I upload. But until next time, guys, have a good one.